For years, Legos were one of my favorite go-to toys when I was spending time with my grandchildren. They're simple to use, they're suitable for almost any age except the very young, and they're open to infinite possibilities limited only by the children's imagination. In fact, my spare bedroom has a bookcase that shows some of the grandkids' Lego masterpieces that are just too amazing to tear apart. But all of that changed about a month ago when six-year-old granddaughter Jessie looked at the boxes of Lego blocks I put out on the playroom table for her and her sisters, and she asked me why they couldn't play with Magna-Tiles instead. Apparently her first grade teacher had been having students use Magna-Tiles in class to learn shapes, and according to Jessie, they're prettier than Legos and they're just as much fun. I wasn't sure what she meant, so I did some checking. If you're like me and you haven't heard about Magna-Tiles, they're plastic shapes with magnets on the edges, so you can stick them together. You can use them to build all kinds of things in 2D or 3D. The basic 100-piece kit includes 50 small squares that are 3 inches on each side. There's also 4 large squares that are 4 inches on each side, and there's 15 isosceles triangles, 11 right triangles, and 20 equilateral triangles. You can get either solid plastic Magna-Tiles or the translucent ones that are kind of like stained glass. I have a pack of each, and honestly, the translucent ones are the favorites by far. My grandkids love being able to see inside the creations they build, especially if they have some dolls or some other toys in there. Building with Magna-Tiles is very easy and intuitive, and my grandkids ages 3 to 13 all enjoy playing with them. So far, they've made 3D flower pots, spaceships, and even some boats. The boats actually floated for a few minutes until water came in the magnetic seams. Then they've also made like regular stuff, barn doors, garages, doll houses, and they made some big projects like a castle and a lighthouse. We've also gotten out a light box and we've made 2D flowers and planes and letters and numbers, and they look really pretty when the light shines through them. The one thing I would say is to be careful if your kids are ambitious builders because the magnets along the edges of the tiles aren't that strong. So if you try to build too high, you're going to get collapses unless you build in some support. We found that out with our lighthouse. And you also want to watch out for a similar toy called Magformers. I haven't used them, but I've heard that they're also a good product that's a lot of fun. The only problem is that they're made by a different company, so the pieces have different sizes. That means you can't interchange them with Magna-Tiles. So if you have some Magna-Tiles and someone gives you some Magformers to expand your set, you can't actually mix the two types of tiles together to play with. But other than that, Magna-Tiles are great toys that are a lot of fun if you have a group of kids of mixed ages and you want something that they can all play with together. Magna-Tiles are also large and easy to handle, especially compared to Legos. And unlike Legos, you won't hurt yourself if you happen to step on one in your carpet. I'm not saying that Magna-Tiles can take the place of Legos totally. Older kids like my 13-year-old grandson Jason still find Legos more fun. Jason says that Legos are more challenging and that he likes that he can build more complex structures with them than he can with the Magna-Tiles. But he also likes Magna-Tiles, especially when he's playing together with his younger sisters and helping them build things.